After the age of 40, many people begin to notice that they feel colder than they used to. It does not necessarily mean they are sick. It does not mean something dramatic has changed overnight. Instead, it feels gradual. A room that once felt neutral now feels slightly chilly. Air conditioning feels sharper. Winter feels more uncomfortable. Hands and feet cool down quickly, even when the rest of the body feels fine. Some people begin layering clothing earlier in the season. Others find themselves reaching for blankets more often. This experience is common, and it reflects subtle changes in metabolic heat production, vascular response, hormonal balance, muscle mass, mitochondrial efficiency, and nervous system tone. Body temperature regulation is one of the most energy-dependent processes in the human body. The body constantly produces heat as a byproduct of cellular metabolism. The more metabolically active tissue you have, the more internal heat is generated at rest. Muscle tissue plays a central role in this process. Muscle is not only for movement, it is thermogenic. Even at rest, muscle cells consume energy and generate warmth. Beginning in the 30s and accelerating to the 40s, muscle mass gradually declines unless resistance training is maintained. This decline, even if modest, reduces resting metabolic heat production. A small reduction in muscle may not change body weight dramatically, but it can change how warm you feel. Basal metabolic rate also decreases slightly with age. Even a small decline in daily energy expenditure reduces total heat output. Hormonal changes further influence temperature perception. Thyroid hormones regulate metabolic speed. The thyroid does not necessarily become clinically underactive after 40, but subtle efficiency changes can occur. Even minor reductions in thyroid hormone conversion can lower internal heat production. In women, estrogen fluctuations during perimenopause influence vascular dilation. Estrogen affects how blood vessels expand and contract. As levels fluctuate, some women experience alternating heat sensitivity and cold sensitivity. In men, gradual testosterone decline influences muscle mass and red blood cell production, indirectly affecting warmth and circulation. Blood vessels themselves change over time. The endothelium, the inner lining of blood vessels, becomes slightly less responsive with age. Peripheral circulation may not adjust as quickly to temperature changes. When exposed to cold, blood vessels constrict to preserve core heat. If vascular responsiveness is altered, extremities may cool more quickly. Chronic stress influences vascular tone as well. Elevated sympathetic nervous system activity keeps peripheral vessels more constricted. Over years, chronic stress patterns can bias the body toward reduced peripheral warmth. Sleep quality influences hormonal regulation of temperature. Deep sleep supports endocrine balance and tissue repair. Reduced slow-wave sleep may indirectly influence thermal stability. Blood sugar stability also plays a role. Rapid glucose drops trigger stress hormone release, including adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones alter vascular tone and can create sensations of cold or shakiness. Iron levels affect oxygen transport. Oxygen delivery is essential for mitochondrial heat production. Even mild iron insufficiency can increase cold sensitivity. Nutritional intake affects mitochondrial function. Mitochondria generate heat through energy metabolism. If nutrient intake is inconsistent or inflammation is elevated, mitochondrial efficiency may decline. Adipose tissue distribution also changes with age. Subcutaneous fat acts as insulation. However, fat distribution shifts toward visceral storage after 40, reducing peripheral insulation in some individuals. Importantly, feeling colder does not automatically indicate disease. It often reflects reduced metabolic flexibility. The body becomes slightly less adaptable to temperature shifts. In youth, metabolic systems adjust rapidly. After 40, adjustments may require stronger signals. In the second part, we will examine how to rebuild metabolic heat production, support thyroid efficiency naturally, improve circulation, stabilize blood sugar, enhance mitochondrial function, and restore temperature resilience over time. Restoring warmth after 40 does not require extreme measures. It requires restoring metabolic flexibility and circulation efficiency. The first priority is rebuilding muscle mass. Resistance training is one of the most effective ways to increase resting heat production. Even 2 to 3 sessions per week stimulate muscle protein synthesis and improve mitochondrial density inside muscle cells. More mitochondria mean greater energy turnover and greater heat generation. The second priority is supporting thyroid efficiency naturally. Adequate protein intake provides amino acids necessary for hormone production. Nutrients such as iodine, selenium, zinc, and iron play roles in thyroid hormone synthesis and conversion. Deficiency does not need to be severe to influence temperature perception. Balanced micronutrient intake supports optimal metabolic signaling. The third priority is stabilizing blood sugar. Large glucose swings create stress hormone surges that disrupt vascular tone. Balanced meals combining protein, fiber, and healthy fats prevent rapid crashes that can trigger cold sensations. The fourth priority is improving circulation. Regular aerobic exercise enhances endothelial responsiveness and increases capillary density. Even brisk walking improves peripheral blood flow over time. The fifth priority is reducing chronic stress activation. Chronic sympathetic dominance constricts blood vessels in the extremities. Daily practices such as slow breathing, outdoor walking, and structured downtime increase parasympathetic tone and allow vessels to dilate more effectively. The sixth priority is sleep consistency. Regular sleep timing improves hormonal rhythm, including thyroid signaling and cortisol cycling. The seventh priority is improving mitochondrial health. Mitochondria respond positively to moderate exercise, adequate sleep, micronutrient sufficiency, and metabolic stability. Cold exposure training and mild. Controlled doses may improve vascular adaptability, but it should be approached gradually and safely. The eighth priority is maintaining adequate caloric intake. Chronic undereating reduces metabolic rate and lowers core temperature. Some individuals who diet aggressively notice increased cold sensitivity because the body conserves energy. Sustainable nutrition supports thermogenesis. The ninth priority is iron monitoring. Particularly in women, iron levels may decline during perimenopause. Adequate iron supports oxygen delivery and cellular heat production. The 10th priority is posture and movement frequency. Sedentary behavior reduces circulation. Frequent small movements throughout the day maintain blood flow. The 11th priority is clothing strategy that supports circulation rather than compresses it. Tight garments can restrict peripheral flow. The 12th priority is avoiding excessive alcohol. Alcohol creates temporary warmth by dilating vessels, but ultimately increases heat loss. The 13th priority is realistic expectations. The body after 40 regulates temperature differently. The goal is not return to teenage thermogenesis, but maintaining efficient, stable warmth. Over time, consistent strength training, stable nutrition, stress regulation, improved sleep, and aerobic conditioning increase resting heat production and vascular flexibility. Feeling cold is often a signal of reduced metabolic reserve rather than unavoidable aging. When metabolic systems are strengthened, warmth perception improves. The body remains capable of adaptation well beyond 40. The key is rhythm and consistency rather than intensity. Small daily signals that support muscle mass, thyroid efficiency, circulation, and mitochondrial resilience gradually restore thermal comfort. Aging changes the sensitivity of the thermostat, but it does not remove the body's capacity to generate heat. With deliberate support, temperature resilience can remain strong for decades.